So the diagram shows the graph of the function f given by f of x is equal to a sine pi over 2 x plus b for the limit 0 to 5 where a and b are constant and x is measured in radians. I guess the first few are very easy. So here is the graph. The graph includes the points 1, 3 and 5, 3 which are maximum points of the graph. Write down the values of f of 1 and f of 5. So this is like x and f of x, right? F of x is always your y value. So f of 1 is what? This is 1, x is equal to 1. F of 1 will be 3, right? So f of 1 is 3. F of 5, if this is f of 5, if this is 5, what is this f of 5? 3. So both are 3. Show that the period of f is 4. Period means we know we are using the fact that maximum to maximum or minimum to minimum is equal to one cycle or one period. Okay, so and that is nothing but it's the length of the horizontal. So what is the distance between both the maximum x values? So that is 1. Here the x value is 1. Let us say x1 is, so this is, yeah, x1 is equal to 1 and what is this? x2 is equal to 5. So the period t is equal to x2 minus x1, that is 5 minus 1, that is 4. So that's for B. Do you have any questions? Next, the point 3, negative 1 is minimum point of the graph. Is the minimum point of the graph. Show that constant a is equal to 2 and find the value of b. Now if you see the graph, if you see the function, what is the function, in the function what is the value constant a indicates? Amplitude. What is the function b indicates? What is the constant b indicates? It's the principal axis, right? So now constant a is given by, so amplitude a is given by y max minus y min over 2. You know, right? That's the formula for amplitude. What is y max? 3, right? And what's y min? It's given 3, negative 1, right? So it's going to be minus of minus 1 over 2. That's going to give you what? 2, right? So you have proved that, the first one. You have to prove that a is equal to 2, right? That's the first one. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
If that question was on the test and you were to do negative 1 equals 2 sine pi halves times 3 plus b, and you would also be showing that it equals 2 when you find b, would that work? If you ended up getting b equals 1 at the end.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
If you just plug the values in and you found b, and then you got them to equal each other once you found b, would that be...
Like it would show that you knew it, and then it also would find the other one as well.
Plug the values of what values? The values of x and y?
1 and negative 3.
1 and negative 3. So you're getting the same answer?
Yeah.
Okay, that should be fine.
Okay.
Yep. So, what is the value of b? B is y max plus y min over 2. Right? Y max is how much? 3 plus of minus 1 over 2. That is 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 over 2 is 1. So B is 1. So we are done with A and B. Sorry, C. A, B and C. Are we good? Really? Now let's see D. Show that the derivative of the function is this. Now this is the direct derivative. Your function is given as f of x is equal to 2 sine pi over 2x plus 1. That's a function, right? What's the derivative of that? F dash x is equal to, it's constant, right? So that will be outside. What is derivative of sine? Cosine pi over 2x. And what's the derivative of inside the function? Pi over 2 is constant, right? So what is the derivative of x? So it's going to be pi over 2 times 1. Right? This is the derivative of this function. The derivative of this function is this one. Plus, what is the derivative of 1? 0, right? That's constant. So here, 2 times cosine of this times pi over 2 times 1. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled out, right? So you are left with pi. Pi comes in the front, so it's cosine pi over 2x. Do you get that? Riley? So are we good with that? Okay. Now, the next one. Here, now you pay attention now. How many of you got this E part? Now everybody has to pay attention then. The line y is equal to k minus pi x is a tangent line to the graph for the limit 0 to 5. Find the point where this tangent meets the curve. Now, I want you to understand this concept. There is a curve. Okay, I'm just taking some random curve. And the random curve is given by a function f of x. Clear so far? This random curve is given by, so that means this function, if you graph it, you're going to get this curve. That's what it means. When you take the derivative of this function, you get a derivative function which is nothing but the slope function at any point on the curve. Do you understand that? That means if you know the x values, that means you can find the slope at any point on the curve by plugging that x value into this function. Are we good so far? Yes? Okay. Now the question says, the point where this tangent meets the curve, find the point. Point means the coordinate, both x coordinate as well as y coordinate. The point where this tangent meets the curve. Let us say that line meets the curve at this point. This line y is equal to k minus pi x meets the curve at this point, which is the tangent at this point. Do you get that? What do you mean by tangent at that point? It's instantaneous slope, right? So that means if I were to know the x value at this point, I would get the slope at this point. And that is the slope equation or the line equation of that slope. Through that slope is given by this one. So that means at this point, the slope function is equal to the slope of this line. Can I say that? Do you agree with that? Okay. Now what is the slope of the line? We have y is equal to k minus pi x. Right? That means I can rewrite this as minus pi x plus k. Can I do that? Is this in the form of y is equal to mx plus b?
Yes.
So what is the slope of this line? So m is negative pi. So in order to find the point at this point on the curve, can I make the slope of this line equal to the slope function of this curve? What is the slope function of this curve? Pi cosine pi over 2x, right? So f dash x is equal to pi cosine pi over 2x, and that should be equal to negative pi. Any questions? Let me know. This is an important concept.
It says find the point. So how do you know what point it is?
No. We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
But
I haven't done that.
yeah, so far, have you captured everything?
So just the derivative equation equals the slope, which is negative pi.
That's right. Actually, you have to show only this part. You don't have to show all these things. This I explain only for you to understand. This is the next step. The slope function is equal to the slope of the tangent line. Are we good so far? Yes? Sure? Okay. Now let's solve for x now. So that means divide by pi on both sides. So what do you get? Cosine pi over 2x is equal to negative 1, right? This pi and pi gets cancelled out. Are we good? Okay. Now, what are the values of cosine which gives you negative 1 in the coordinate? 180 degrees, nothing but pi. So, your solution for this one is pi over 2x is equal to pi. Then, what is other values? You keep on adding 360 degrees, right? So, pi plus 2 pi. 360 means 2 pi, right? Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, when you found it, did you just substitute the cosine negative 1 just for pi and then for the next side? Like, how'd you get pi?
We solved some of the problems where if the cosine of value is equal to or sine of value is equal to something which falls in the table, okay?
Yeah.
Which falls within the table, then
Oh, so are we finding what of theta is equal to cosine negative 1? Like, cosine of what equals negative 1?
that's right, yeah.
Oh, so cosine of pi equals negative 1, so the inside is equal to pi.
That's right.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so pi, then keep on adding 360. 360 means 2 pi, right? So pi plus 2 pi will be 3 pi. Let me limit to that point and see. Let me see if the solutions goes within the bound or beyond the bound. Okay. So now solve it separately. Pi over 2 x is equal to pi. So pi gets cancelled. What is your x value? 2, right? X value is 2. Let me check the other one. Pi over 2x is equal to 3 pi. Pi gets cancelled. What is the x value? 6, right? Now is it 6 goes beyond the bound?
Yes.
So we are not concerned with that. So our solution for x is 2 only. Did you get that? Okay, solution for x is 2 only. Now plug in this x value in your original function to get the y value. So you have our original function f of x is equal to 2 sine pi over 2x plus 1. So plug in this value of 2 here. If you plug in that value of 2 here, you can use a calculator. What are you going to get? You'll get 1. That's your y value. So what is the point now? The point is x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. So it is 2, 1. That's your point. So basically you are doing only 2 method points. This is one, you are equating the slope with negative pi, and then solving pi using coordinates or using calculator. Solving for pi of x. That is the only thing. Rest all I just explained you for you to understand. Haley? You're trying to figure out how you got y is equal to 1?
Yeah, because I missed you do it.
You just plug in it in your calculator. So what is your x value? Your x value is 2. That you understood, right?
Yeah.
You plug in the 2 value into your original function.
So it's sine of pi.
So it's sine of pi basically. Sine of pi is 0. So 0 plus 1 will be 1.
And that is the answer for E1.
That's the answer for E1. Are we good? Okay, now E2. Can I? Now we have the equation y is equal to k minus pi x, right? And we know the solution was 2, 1. So plug in 1 and 2 for x and y values. So y is 1, k minus pi, and x is 2. So if you solve for k, what do you get? K is equal to 1 plus 2 pi. That's it. In calculator, yeah, I think that should be fine. Okay, and the last one. Okay, do you have any questions with E2? Okay. The last one, f. Solve the equation f of x is equal to 2 for the limits. So you have your f function. F of x is equal to 2 sine of pi over 2x plus 1, right? That's your original function. So solve for that. So make it equal to 2. You can do it in 2 ways. Okay, maybe you can do it manually also without calculator. You use your calculator, plug in y1 is equal to this function and y2 is equal to 2. And keep your window from x minimum 0 to 5 and y values, since your amplitude is 2 and 1, so maybe keep it from 4 to negative 4. Y min is equal to 4 and y max is equal to negative 4. And see the point of intersections within those limits. What all the point of intersections you are getting? Are you getting the graph? So what are the points of intersection? Yeah.
What are
Your limits? Your limits?
5 and then what are your Y's?
Y, see, your amplitude is 2, right?
Yeah.
And since there is plus 1 here, so maybe just approximate it. It should be greater than 3, right? So make it 4, negative 4 to positive 4. It should not be even negative 4, it can be even lesser than that because it's going up. So that means maybe you can make it to negative 2 to positive 4.
that first thing that you wrote there one way to solve it, and then this is another way to solve it?
What, this one?
Yeah.
No, this is for k value. That is for this one. I'm solving for f. This is f.
How would you go about doing this manually?
Huh? Oh, manually? You can do it manually also. I don't want to waste time. We don't have much time. Manually, you solve for this. Basically, what are you going to get? Sine pi over 2x is equal to 1/2. And you know how to solve it, right? Use your trig tables and solve it. Okay, so now one more question before we leave. Which question?
Yes.
10. Okay.
10 is the graph.
How many of you got 10?